Aaron is the brother of Moses. And so what he did, he said, bruh, come on and go with me. Moses and Aaron are the brothers of Miriam. Miriam is their sister. The Jewish historian by the name of Josephus, he tells us that was married to Miriam. And so was the brother-in-law of Moses. So he looked to one side and said, come on, bruh. Looked to the other side and said, come on, bruh. He got family. Somebody shout family. He got family to go up the mountainside with him to talk with Jesus. Now, when I talk about family, I'm talking about a connection. I ain't talking about your family. I'm not talking about your physical family. I'm not talking about the folk that came through the same womb you did. But I'm talking about family. Folk that been blood washed. Folk that been born again. Folk that saved. Folk that know the Lord. Folk that got a connection. Folk that know how to get a prayer through. Somebody shout family. Say yeah. He went and got family. Family went up the mountainside. It's important to get family. Why? Because the Bible says where two or three are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them. And if two of you shall agree on earth as touching anything that they shall ask, it shall be done for them of my Father which is in heaven. That's why you got to get family. Folk that are connected to the same daddy that you're connected to. Somebody that knows him as Jesus, my rock. Jesus, my supply. Jesus, my liberator. Do you know him? Do you know him? Do you know him? Do you know him? Somebody say yeah. Woo! Why do you need family? You feed family because family knows what to do when the going gets rough and the rough gets going. When you feel like you can't make it. Anybody ever felt like that? Felt like you couldn't make it. You didn't know what to do. You didn't have the answer. You got some bad news. Didn't know how it was going to work out. Somebody say yeah. And so while they were up on the mountainside, the Bible says that Moses, somebody help me. Moses, 80-year-old Moses, 80-year-old Moses, hands were up in the air, and long as his hands were up in the air, they were winning the battle. But when you got a little age on you, you get a little tired on the journey, so his hands start coming down. And when his hands came down, the Bible says that Amalek prevailed. Oh, anybody hearing me? Say yeah. Say yeah. But while Moses was up, sometimes up, and while he was sometimes down, Aaron and Ur knew just what to do. Aaron was on one side, Ur was on the other side, and they got a rock. And they took the rock and they put the rock behind Moses. Then they grabbed Moses and then they set Moses down on the rock. Yeah, 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 yeah. See, y'all missing this. Because if you're caught up with me, you be shouting right now. You notice the first thing they did, they didn't hold his arms up. The first thing they did was sit him on the rock. See, the first thing you got to do is get him on the rock. The rock is Jesus. You got to sit him on the rock. You got to establish him on the rock. You got to give him a solid foundation. Somebody say yeah. Somebody say yeah. Yeah. So now they got a solid foundation. Body's got a foundation. His hands are up, but he still gets a little tired. Look at somebody, tell him stand by me And so Moses, Aaron, and are standing by his side. It's good to know that I've got Jesus. But every now and then, I need somebody to just stand by me. I need somebody to just give me a word of encouragement. I need somebody to just tell me it's going to be all right. I need somebody that'll pray for me. I need somebody. Anybody need somebody? Say yeah. Say yeah. But even though they were praying for him, 80-year-old arms were still getting tired. And so what Aaron did, he grabbed one arm, grabbed the other arm, and they held them up. That's what I need. If we're going to make it, Mount Zion, if we're going to another level, we got to learn to hold one another up.